even really fully up yet, and I've got all these weeds. Not anymore. It's like the ninja star of weeding.
Yes, that's what I said. That was so funny.
Oh, maybe that's where I heard that. This is, I'm stealing his best lines, people. This is the Apollo four-prong weed scraper with the telescopic pole. 3 easy payments of $7.67. And we have our first guest in our little garden boutique. Susan Butterworth is here.
Hello there, Susan.
Hello, this is so exciting.
Susan, this is the right tool at the right time at the right price.
You got it. No one likes to weed. Weeding is a pain for your knees, your back, whatever. Guess what we did? We made the telescopic weeder, and it has 4 different stainless steel prongs. And these prongs are going to help you get into the skinniest crack. Get roots out like dandelions that are in the cracks. Then maybe a thicker, with pebbles or something like that. And then the skinny one right here, that's going to gouge out with the skinniest, never bending over. So I have it set up right here. And so when it's short, it's 25 inches.
Yes.
So it's just easy to come around and come in here and dig out what you want to dig out.
Yeah,
and
in between your pavers, that's where you always get the weeds.
That's where you get the weeds. It's so annoying. Maybe it's a little thinner. I just move my little 4-prong weeder over, and then I'm taking it out. I'm taking out all the weeds. How about in here, in between like a thicker spot, and you're just like gouging? And what you do is you pull back. You are scraping out all the roots. You're scraping out all the different debris, the moss, anything that's super annoying.
That's so much better than just pulling a weed out with your hand where you leave the roots and then it pops right back up. This takes the weeds out at their roots so they don't come back.
And how about this? You don't have to get the weeds and the dirt and everything in your nails and in your hands.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then down here, I mean, this is amazing because we put in skinny pavers. Look how thin that is. Now watch, I'm standing up and I'm able to pull back and drag them out.
No aching back.
No aching back.
No bending and creaking knees.
Exactly. No, it's like all the torture is gone because we know, Sandra, weeding is the worst job in the summer. Weeding and watering.
Well, it's already started. Like, it's spring and I already have weeds. Will this work well? You can see it here with pavers.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, actually, let's just look at this video together.
Yeah, right along the driveway, when you have 2 different kinds of material. Look how it's, a lot of rainwater gets in it, and then the mud, and then the weeds grow, and it's so annoying. Look, he's standing up. He's not on his knees. He's not hurting his back. Then that little skinny edge one that we have gets into those really close together
like
pavers.
where the moss grows.
Yes, exactly. Right where the moss grows. Dandelions with the root and all. That, I think, is the best part.
Look how nice that looks.
If you own a home with pavers, if you've got, when you said where the 2 different types of material meet, I have pavers at the front of my house, and then they have some sort of plastic thing that holds it together.
Yes, I have that too.
That's always where my weeds come up, right?
Isn't that weird?
And so you always have to get down in there and you're on your hands and knees. Look at this. What's really nice about this, this just locks into place. You open it up just like this, and now you've got it into place like that.
25 inches up to 38 inches.
38 inches.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if you think about it, 38 inches, that's more than 3 feet.
You could be well over 6 feet tall like Alberti and still have something really comfortable.
This feels taller than 38 inches to me.
Wow, that looks, wow, it's a double one.
There's the third, there's the third one as well. Yeah.
Alberti, wow, thanks for telling me.
So
that's incredible.
Yeah, so it's a really nice length that you're getting here out of this. And what's really cool is that, I was calling it a ninja star in the meeting, right? Because when I was a kid, right, everybody in America wanted these. Yeah. But every one of these edges is useful in a different scenario.
Exactly.
So when you're seeing right over there, that more fine edge, you've got a wider edge. What is this kind of serrated edge for?
That is so good for thicker rooted things that grow, like if dandelions are getting in between.
Can you also cut into it like that with it?
You know what you do? You pull towards you, and it gets in and drags out what you want to have be gone. So you're not just weeding, you're getting rid of the roots. And as Sandra just said, you don't have to go back again the next time.
So we're seeing pavers and bricks and, hardscape. But it seems to me, as I'm playing here in this mulch bed, this is just as easy and just as effective on just your regular flower beds that don't have any hardscaping.
Absolutely.
Because I'm thinking about like all these little weeds I have with like the runners everywhere. If I just walked through my garden bed, I could pull those right up and never have to worry about bending over.
Exactly.
And then you pull them up and they just sort of die and disintegrate, and, you know.
Exactly. So same thing on here. I'm pulling back. I'm pulling it towards me and pulling out the weed. And so what I'm going to have is better, more attractive looking pavers. Your pavers are going to be just how you want them to be. I'm going to push this time because it's far away from me. But it's so easy. It's so easy to stand up. And as you just said, Sandra, what if you had a whole bunch of flowers right here around? You could dig in and around and get the weeds out.
I just
want
walked
to
off
show
the
you
set
this.
over to our mulch bed.
I want to show you this too.
Yes, because look
You
at
can
this.
actually unscrew this and articulate this in any space that you need to as well. So say you need a better angle on something, you can do that. This is a really smart design. And so what's really nice about this is that it really becomes that perfect piece for you. By the way, if you wanted to move this, you know, we keep calling it a Ninja Star. If you want to turn that in a different direction, you can do that by just unscrewing that. So it really does become a custom tool for you.
For $23.
For $23, it's crazy.
Do you know, I find weeding to be the most aggravating thing, and especially now with the spring rain. One day you weed, the next week,
they all come back.
They all come back.
Just if you could just take a couple minutes, walk outside without bending over, without hurting your knees or backs, without messing up your fingernails, you just basically get in there and do your weeding. I mean, look at this. It's spectacular. But I could just as easily go over to just where there's dirt. Like
Well, I like what you said about the flowers, because now we have this long telescopic pole that is going to allow us, with that Ninja Star, to be able to get in and around your flowers. And because it goes in and it's thick stainless steel, you're really going to bite in, grab what you don't want, and pull it out.
And it's easy to store. And look, you can be like a majorette.
Yes.
That's a very dangerous thing to do. I don't recommend doing that at home. I realized I was swinging what looks like a Ninja Star around my best garden bud Alberti. I apologize. Please, children, if you're watching, don't ever do that.
I thought to myself,
that was a horrible
take a step back, Albert.
It's an absolutely horrible idea. I apologize for that.
Susan Butterworth, you bring out the best and the worst in us. We love having fun on the set with you.
I look forward to that email saying, please do not recommend.